Alan was recovering from a motorbike accident when he had two dreams that changed his life. In the first dream, Alan was running through a dark and gloomy forest during a violent storm. He knew he was being chased by a mob of demons. He ran and ran until he came to a narrow bridge across a deep chasm. In the dream, he fell over the side of the bridge and tumbled deeper and deeper into the darkness. Suddenly, a large and strong hand grabbed him from above, lifting him up and placing him safely back on the road again. Alan woke up terrified. He knew exactly what the dream meant and whose hand it was. At 23 years of age, he was a lost and lonely man. He lived in a hovel behind a pub and he was frequently drunk and stoned. He knew that he would either die soon or end up in jail. Alan had heard about Jesus, but was steadfast in rejecting God. He did not want any part of Christianity. After the dream, Alan eventually fell back asleep. Then he had a second dream. This one revealed a beautiful house. Alan was familiar with the house. It was in a suburb nearby, and it had a soft fur rug in front of an open fireplace where he would often crash out. In the dream, Alan was sleeping on the rug, only to be awoken by the sound of a guitar playing and a bearded man singing a worship song on the veranda out the front of the home. He was angry that the man singing had woken him, so he shouted at him to stop. In response, the man kindly placed a hand on Alan's shoulder. "Relax, it'll be okay." At those words, Alan collapsed in front of him, and when he stood up again, he felt an overwhelming sense of peace. When Alan woke up, he knew what God was saying, but continued to rebel against it. There were good reasons for his rebellion. Everyone Alan had ever trusted seemed to have betrayed him, so he wasn't about to trust a God he didn't know. A few weeks later, after a series of unexpected interventions, Alan found himself at a church meeting. Up the front was a man playing guitar and singing worship songs. It was the bearded man from Alan's dream. The game was up. Dejected and beaten, Alan found himself at the altar. "God, if you are really here, I will do something about it." Alan received God's grace and forgiveness that night, and 4 days later, he was delivered from that mob of demons that had been pursuing him all his life. It's an incredible testimony, isn't it? But can you notice something here? Notice how the Holy Spirit spoke to Alan, even when he didn't know God. The Holy Spirit doesn't only speak to those in church. Our Creator is a missionary God who relentlessly seeks people and draws them closer to Him. But notice too that even when the Spirit speaks to those who don't know Him, God still uses people. The bearded man in the church Alan visited played a key role in Alan's journey. The Holy Spirit outworks the mission of Jesus and then invites us to join in. Cooperating with God's mission looks like noticing what the Holy Spirit is doing in the lives of others and then responding to it. We work in partnership with God and His mission. May we be people who hear and see what God is already doing. And may we be people who help fulfill the mission of God to go into all the world and proclaim the good news of Jesus. Thanks for listening to Everyday God Conversations today. It's been wonderful to have you. Why not come join us on the journey to hearing God's voice for yourself? You can subscribe to our email devotional plan at godconversations.com.